Hello, my dear Libra. Hello, welcome to my channel, Tarot of the Twin Sun. My name is Ron, and I am here to do the Great Mirror reading for you. This is an energy read between you, someone else, and the mirror between you, the Great Mirror. Um, this is a mid-March 2020 situationship reading, and it's situated around the energy of love and how this is panning out for you and this person, and essentially what to perhaps expect, if not let go in terms of expectation. Um, so yeah, uh, this is going to get pretty intense, I imagine. My readings always do, in one way, shape, or form, get intense. So if you can, please relax and clear your mind. I will be working with, at first, the BP Gamal deck from Paris, France. And we'll go ahead and clear the energy of the deck and do a bit of a pre-read for you. So please clear your mind, if you will. Take what you will. Remember, this won't... you shouldn't force anything when it comes to watching any tarot videos, and things will come naturally to you throughout time. So take what you will, and thank you very much for showing up. There is a feeling within you that has caused a great riddle with the connection you are potentially in with the energy of someone else. Your energy is primarily that of the High Priestess, she who knows intuitively the secrets of any situation. And below that, beneath that, there's a high intuitive vibration and knowing through the High Priestess energy of a type of regret on the other end of the spectrum. Someone you're dealing with is going through the Five of Cups energy. And there is a great deal of silence that you have given this person. Silence that within its emptiness carries with it a great and deep knowing. Somehow this person perceives you as someone who knows yet does not say, someone who withholds in a certain way, but they also see you as someone who is very spiritual in nature. There's something of this, and from a distance they can feel the love that they've moved away from and see the sadness of the of the potential of all that. There is an element of regret as well as remorse, as well as reliving, and a type of energizing, a revamping of certain old energies that may be still a center of gravity between you and this person. Now, currently, we have the yeah, once again, we have the Hanged Man here. There is a lot of water on your end, and perhaps you may be dealing with someone who emotes this as well. Your emotions are stirred when it comes to this connection, and without the greatest sort of... I mean, there's a lot of wisdom in what you're doing now, my dear Libra. There's a lot of tendency, but it's a tendency that goes within, that sees within, that sees beyond your everyday normal thing. And this person secretly desires this about you. They see your depth from a distance. They know they can feel you, and they know that what they send out to you, emotionally especially, in terms of the energy of cups, what they send out to you, whether it's love or regret or emotional content, you can feel their current. You can feel their currency. And currently they're going through the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, as well as the Seven of Pentacles here. And this Seven of Pentacles is very compelling. It's in the upright. So they are dealing with memory and the regret of this memory being here. There was a cycle of commitment that you guys were reaching forwards, towards. There was the energy of abandonment as well as a choice that led up to this abandonment. And um, someone here was trying to balance out something so that they wouldn't be abandoned, and in doing so, they fumbled and they left something in the past. This has been embodied into their physical presence. They feel either without your physical presence or with their own selfhood, their what they are doing here in this dimension, this plane of reality, their reality is not fulfilling for them in a certain way. There is a feeling that they have may have planted something in the field of their inspiration, their field of their expectation, yet there's something missing. There's something missing. And there's an element of laziness behind what they do. They may have worked hard or thought they did, but there is still something missing about this person. Now, you are very much going through some heavy energy, my dear Libra. And a lot of it has to do with your ability to maintain a type of dignity, and grace by not um, by not saying or doing much of anything at all towards this person. Somehow your silence speaks volumes to them, and somehow the intuitive knowing that you have right now is so profound, and you know how this person feels. You know secretly the poetry behind this connection, and in a way, not to compare yourself to them in terms of their energy. They are a lot more worldly. And not only that, they are riddled with baser emotions, one based on, sort of on just mere happiness or sadness. But for you, there is something greater. There is something that is spiritual in this connection, and it is leading you to a type of there it is again, the high priestess coming out straight away, a secret. This person, yeah, they were bothered by the past, and they still are. This is this person's karma, because they tend to get into situations in which there are options. And it's funny because the one that they love, or the one that this person tends to love, and they love the love that you may have once given them, but there is something about what they have to do that makes them go back to something else. This person has a tendency to compare you with someone else, okay? This is the crux of it. They tend to compare you to someone else, and not only that, something that they went back to in the past turned out to be unfulfilling. They may have left you for something that had to do with money as well as stability and practicality. But their choice left them still wanting to know something else, something about, the grass is greener sort of thing. They went back, and there's that whole motif, the whole cycle of it not being good enough or something. So they look to you and they see you on this huge spiritual quest of the 2 and the 12. 14, that's 5, plus the 2 and the 3. There is, there's a strong indication here that you are finding a type of balance, especially a balance with communities. There's something about what you do now that is very much tied to the esoteric realm, as well as the knowing of the secrets with the High Priestess energy as well. There is a possibility that there still is something about you that is holding back from this person. Um, mhm. Whomever this person is, they are going through some heavy Uranus energy as well as Saturn energy with the 10 card, the Wheel of Fortune here. And the Wheel of Fortune is interesting in that it indicates cycles, change, but this is like bigger than a pentacle. This is something that is huge, and it has to do with self-perception and perception within one's place in the universe, the universal scheme of things. The wheel is all about that esoteric duality, and then that whole like becoming, becoming. There's like an awakening here with the wheel for this person that is all about timing. Very soon there will be a flip of roles for this person in which they ascend or descend accordingly to where they are or where they think they are. There's a perception here. Karma is coming for them big time when it comes to this past situation of regret, as well as a lack of hard work on their end to make a love situationship work, for the betterment of all those concerned. They played too much with the dynamics of their past situation as well as with you, that as a result of this, you are gaining power through a type of heavy revelation that has to do with true commitment here, with a type that is owed to you in a certain way, because there's the energy of karma here working out its wheel and spinning accordingly. This person is projecting onto you a type of vision that has to do with a deep commitment, a longing to commit, as well as a longing to have some sort of fruition here. They're projecting that onto you at the same time you're living it, with or without them. You're getting to a type of ten of Pentacles. When it comes to this love that you still have for them, you probably have another choice or another option. And there's a lot of water energy here, so there could be a potential energy of someone who is emotionally balanced as well as emotionally restrained in a certain way. They know how to control and not manipulate, but coerce their emotions into working magic for them. And this is a secret knowing. This is an esoteric sort of magical practice that you may be dealing with this new person. They are more advanced spiritually, and they are not of the world yet. They represent everything good about the potentiality of the next version of humanity here with the Ten of Pentacles. That's how I see it. I see the Ten of Pentacles as finding not only commitments with like marriage per se, but also communities and spiritual communities and something bigger than just a one-on-one relationship. Um, okay. This is incredible because there's the energy of transformation here that you represent to them somehow through through the pain and through letting go of something here that you have with them. Through cutting out a certain type of energy, you have showed this person how to transform. You have showed them how to deal with the death of a situation in which they may have brutally cut you off in a certain way. But during doing this, karma took effect, and of course, you know, karma works like a rubber band. There's something here about their intention that wasn't so clear, and now they're going to pay for it in a certain way by having to recover from a type of Three of Swords energy. Now they're in a time of healing, which is very beautiful because they need this. Whoever this is, have some sympathy or empathy. There is a way to resonate with that. But there is a transformation here, and there's a cycle that has to complete itself here. Very clear indication with the wheel as well as the world here. Two circles, the cycles, the cycles of closing as well as the cycles of transition, the cycles of shift, the cycles of displacement here with the Wheel of Fortune, as well as the cycles of closing off a cycle and regenerating, beginning anew. There is the energy of deep transformation as well as temperance, as well as patience here with the world. It requires a certain amount of emotional knowedness too with the moon cycles. There's a new moon cycle here that has to do with you, with this new moon cycle, the one we are currently going through. There's going to be a full moon soon in mid-March. There is essentially a closing off of an emotional way of being that you've learned enough from it that you are able to transcend it and move on with something new, perhaps something very new. The person that you're dealing with is also mirroring this. There's something about moving on and moving forth here with the, the Cancer card. This is the Chariot card, the Charioteer. And this has to do with being able to balance the forces of dark and light to move forward and to progress emotionally, especially. There's a lot of manifestation energy here, cardinal energy with Cancer's energy and the ability to move forth in a very interesting way, to balance out in a certain way and to move forth with potentialities. There also is the possibility of actually ending a cycle or perhaps beginning a new cycle with this person is also a possibility. After a great deal of healing that they have to do, realizing that there's a sense of karma here and that they have to repair something after the Three of Swords energy, heartbreak. There's something here that weighs heavy on their mind and they have a sense of commitment. This is the card of the Hierophant, a sense of commitment, a sense of duty, a sense of higher purpose. But there is something as well with you that you have to release, a prison, well, actually no, this is not the Swords energy, this is the Rods energy. Um, this is the Eight of Rods, so this is all about communication. Communication is coming to you from this person, but it would have to be in secret or something like that, which is kind of messed up. But at the same time, it's very much on their mind, and it has to do with a very secret way of maneuvering in a type of committed way towards you in order to at least spark some form of some form of communication. Okay, this communication has to do with, yes, trying to get over past troubles with this person, and yes, there is, oh, interesting, interesting. This person may revisit the Seven of Pentacles energy with either you or someone else in order to find their Ten of Pentacles. You're sitting high with the Nine of Pentacles, which is all about the ability to find stability within your own and to manifest the hell out of life into finding a sense of abundance and a sense of purity within yourself. Now, there also is the possibility that you've been working hard at this for some time and there's something that needs to change about the way you define purity, the way you define being able to stand in your own power. There is something that you have to give up in order to find healing, as well as there is a lesson, if this is a karmic partner, that you are learning here that has to do with your ascent and your poetry in this. If there's something that they've wronged you in, then they have to go down a little bit and you rise up, and vice versa. If you've wronged them somehow, then you have to descend a little bit, learn something through a hard lesson, and then they rise up. This is the poetry of, say, the union between, say, twin flames. There always is a sort of karmic currency in which they are dealing with and you are dealing with, and there's a need to recycle this in a certain way. The cycle is huge here, and this world indicates that you are holding a secret away from them, that you are going to be closing a cycle and begin anew. And there's a lot of solitude in these cards with the High Priestess as well as the Hanged Man, as well as the Death card here. There is a type of processing, as well as a type of release, and no longer trying to define yourself through very codependent means. There's fierce independence in this, as well as the ability to rise up and to be passionate. You may be finding communication from a lot of different things, or people, or lovers in general, but there is almost this divine connection here between you and this person, the High Priestess as well as the Hierophant. They sit here as a divine couple, and you can argue that the Magician is also a counterpart of the High Priestess. But I would say that these two are very striking because it has to do with holy unions as well as magical sort of depth, higher purposes that are either hidden or glorified outwardly. Okay, this person is all about representing themselves in this reality as someone who is advanced, but then there's the trick, because sometimes they will be judged heavily by their friends, their family, as well as their lovers, as someone who may be a false prophet. At the same time, the High Priestess sits here, and she's very hard to judge in general because she's usually very silent and very secretive in general. And there is a very secretive element to this, and both of your backs are turned against each other. So there's a feeling of separation, even though there is a strong sense of spiritual unity here. There is still a great lesson to be learned, and still there is the great love bond that you have with them, especially because you tend to love them a lot more than they outwardly should love you, but then they're concerned with something else. Some sort of emotional blockage has been holding them back in finding their true sense of glory in this reality. I mean, the Hierophant's Taurus energy, so there's a lot of Earth here on their side, as well as Saturn. Capricorn is here, as well as Aquarius and Gemini, Cancer. And then you're showing up as Pisces, as well as Pisces, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Lots of water here, lots of water, and of course all the fixed signs. But in this deck, it's different. It's a little bit different. Right, so that is a small pre-read. And hopefully you're not burnt out. Hopefully you're still with me, my dear Libra. Right, so it's time to switch decks now. So I will be switching to my other 1890 deck. This is the No Boundaries deck. This is the No Boundaries, no weak offers deck. This is No Prisoners deck. This is the Alietta School deck from 1890, and it's a very strong deck. It's about 130 years old, and it's my lucky number 77 deck as well. So please relax, and I'll go ahead and get started with the Great Mirror reading for my dear Libra. Alright, this deck is ready. Ah, they showed up in the pre-shuffle as well. with the Page of Cups, or rather the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Rods showed up in the pre-shuffle as well. We have here the World, Terra, and the World indicates a cycle. It showed up in your pre-shuffle as well, the previous reading. There is the World in the reverse, and there is a cycle that cannot be closed yet. There's still something to learn, unfinished business here with the World in reverse. And this is indicating a type of, yes, it's an incidental thing. There's something about breaking free from the prison of the mind in order to find the purpose behind some sort of feeling of resentment or feeling of loss. There also is a great deal of support and balance when it comes to a new beginning. This person will potentially come in and bring in a sense of truth, but this truth may be riddled with a very intense desire to live out a foundation with you that you may be very protective against, in fact angry if they make this move on you. And there also is a type of resistance to this because you're done being anxious and you feel burnt out by the situation. There's supposed to be a type of transformation that hasn't occurred yet. Something still needs to be rid in order to find peace with this person. This is a great memory, and there also is the potential that you may be dealing with a new energy that is trying to manifest the hell out of you, a new soulmate potentially coming in. Yeah, because I saw a divine pairing there with the King of Rods in the reverse and the Queen of Rods in the upright behind you. It's something you're hiding from this person. Right, so I'm going to clarify using a classic deck, the bicycle deck my friend gifted me. And this is great at clarification as well as just depth in general. My esoteric friend. So, this is the Great Mirror, and let's just zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's good. This is you. This is your person. This is their energy, and this is the mirror between you two. Okay? That's all you need to know for now. On this level, the conscious level, what has come into reality is a very intense sense that this person can add to your cups. They want to add to your overall happiness, your welling fulfillment here. Something about the Ten of Cups energy is here, and you've manifested the hell out of it. It's as if you're moving to an 11 of Cups or an Ace of Cups already. Either you are in a commitment already, Libra, but this also can be that you are tied greatly to your community or your spiritual community and are very much fulfilled there in a certain way. And this person feels like they can add to that somehow. But as you can see, there are 10 of Cups. It's already sort of, you're already fulfilled in a certain way, and you find a sense of happiness. And it's with others in general, with people in general, with humanity in general. There's something about your happiness that is quite fulfilled right now. And it's not just the 9 of Cups, it's the 10 of Cups, which is interesting. When it comes to this, yeah, there was a lot of fighting to get into this sense of empowerment, but you've gotten it, and you've been waiting for this. In fact, to get here, you've had to expend a great deal of your heart energy, and you might have become a bit callous with that space. Therefore, it's ironic because you feel a lot of love, but then you're not. You've sacrificed a lot of your heart to get there. It's an act of sacrifice, this love you have for your community as well as your family or other commitments that you may have that are lovers. But there's this energy from this person, whomever it is, Could be your current lover, could be someone from the past, that has to do with this romance, this Knight of Cups energy. The poet is coming towards you in order to give you a type of sense of arrival, of having come, the knight in shining armor sort of thing, in order to give you a cup of love, the Sir Lancelot of the deck. This person, this person loves you deeply. Um, Whatever they've done in the past, they've tried to balance out all they could in order to find this Two of Cups with you, this Two of Hearts energy. And it took a lot of energy out of them. And now they are moving towards you, whatever it is, okay? Moving towards you with a great deal of love. However, between you two, we have the Two of Cups showing up again, but this time in the reverse, pointing to a type of desire, love or lust sort of question. What is it, love? Is it love or is it lust? And there is a feeling that is very much based on a chemical sort of reaction whenever this person adds to your alchemy, to what you've created in life. There is a sense that they're throwing you out of balance and perhaps throwing in like a feeling of inebriation or intoxication, okay? Why is this Two of Cups here? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's a feeling of resistance towards this person. Whatever they've done to you, um, they have you looking back and wondering why the hell you invested in them in the first place. Yeah, there may be love there. Yeah, at one point there was love there, but now it feels like they're coming off as if it's desire. This person, though, earnestly feels love inside of them, but they may be confused. They may not know what love is, sort of thing. They may be playing some sort of twisted game of romance with you in order to win your heart over. But the fact remains clear that they are sincere and that they have the intention to balance things out with you. Okay, but it's showing up as this sort of desire element, this Two of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so there's a soul connection here, but then the soul connection is based almost on like the devil's energy in a way, a binding cord that is based on sexual lust as well as sexual gratification. Yeah, so be careful, and you are. I mean, there's the Queen of Swords energy here, and you are very much guarded as well as looking back at this and really protecting your emotions as well as protecting your heart space. There is no way you're going to be manipulated again because they've pissed you off enough to find the conflict, to express this to others and then tell them your story, and they all resonate with you. They're all for you, and your group, your support group has come for you, and they've come to rescue you. Your spiritual people have come to rescue you from this situation on a conscious level. This is all in the third dimension, okay? On the lower dimensions, or perhaps on the later dimensions, here on the magical realm, this is the subconscious here. This is what is trying to be brought into being, okay? This is the intention, the sort of motivation that's on the subconscious mind for each other, or that is reflected, okay? Now, oh, by the way, this desire card works both. This desire card works both ways. Both of you feel this strong desire for each other, okay? It's heavy. It's heavy, and it's confusing because it also feels like a Two of Cups, like just straight up like soul lover, I belong to you forever sort of deal. There's that feeling, but also there's a strong lust behind it that fuels it. Okay, which can be nice, but I don't know. I don't know. There's something that you're protecting yourself from because something from the past has really ruined the balance of this equation, and they didn't intend that to happen, but it did for some reason. Now, there is on your end here on the conscious level, Garçon Blonde, which is the Page of Cups, and it's pointing to a great deal of resistance when it comes to making or offering an apology here, or perhaps offering a cup of love to someone. You may be very coy with new lovers, as well as kind of childish in a way, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. You have a very pure heart, and you're trying to reach out to others outside of this connection in order to offer a cup of love. But each time you do, that cup of love is veiled with the inability to give purely, because as you can see, the lid of the cup is being blocked by a blue cloak. There's some sort of cloaking effect around your love and your offers of love that is not completely sincere, though it may be innocent. There's something that happened after this situation where you sort of regressed and then went into a type of spirituality, or tried to work within your community, and you found beauty there. You manifested a sense of cooperation with the world around you. But at the same time, and not only the world, but the esoteric world, the spiritual world around you. At the same time, there's something that you're still healing up on. There's still some sort of growth that has to do with what you define as love. There's something about your idealization of it that kind of got you in a wreck in the first place. And this person, once again, they have that Lancelot energy. They have this sort of this romantic energy that is terribly intoxicating, but there are cups all over your reading so far. Why is this Two of Cups here? Let's see. I need to shuffle up a bit. Why is this Two of Cups here? Why is this Two of Cups here? Okay. Two of Cups is here. Let's see. Yeah. It's as if you've been waiting for a while to make a commitment with someone. It didn't come from this person. There was something blocking it, so you decided to communicate with others, to start to communicate with others in order to find love. And that's what you're doing. You're trying to find love in its most pristine and innocent of elements, its most basic form, its most childish form in a way. Through your subconscious, through your super ego, there's something that you are trying to give to others in order to heal in a certain way, and to also find a new relationship elsewhere, something like this. On their side, they have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and this has to do with a great lesson with Saturn's energy here, as well as the feeling of inquietude. There's like something that is very much troubling them. They're revisiting something from the past that didn't work out, and this memory is haunting them in a certain way, and they want to find retribution, and they won't stop until their mind stops, until there's silence. Okay, so yeah, this person is very much in their head about this, and they're trying to find out a way to have some sort of karmic justice here by offering you love. Apparently, that's how they think this will help solve this equation. Let's see. Why is inquietude here? Okay, yeah, it's one of them. Why is inquietude here? Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Right. So the Six of Swords, as well as the Ten of Rods. There's the energy of them trying to lay down a burden, as well as to escape from a cycle of emotional pain that they've been running away from. There's an escapist quality to this person that's leading them to a type of reckoning. They want to reckon with you in order to find justice, but there still is something unfinished here, and they played the runner at one point. That's my suspicion. That's what my gut is telling me, and that's what I'm feeling. They feel burnt out by this, by the problems of their mind, and how the mind wasn't helping them to actually run away from something that they got lazy on in the past, something that they didn't finish. Between you two, there is sincerity. There is the need to find a type of authenticity between each other. Between you two, you're both not happy. You're both not happy being essentially single, or feeling alone without each other. The connection between you is so strong, but it doesn't lead to happiness for some reason. Somehow you are happy being without them, and somehow you may feel closer to them the farther you are away from them. and both of you want to get over this and find the Ten of Cups, but you found the Ten of Cups somehow without their help. And it's very strange because love is all around you and everything you do is love. And there's something about the mirror here on the magical realm that points to the Nine of Cups in reverse. Why is the Nine of Cups in reverse here? Why is the Nine of Cups in reverse here? Right, if this person broke your heart, or if you broke their heart, it happened at least 3 times. There are at least 3 instances of heartbreak. Yeah, there's fighting. Alright. Yeah, okay. So there's a truth that you guys discovered while in a state of tension. For a long time, the walls were up, and as you guys were separated, there was a truth about the sincere aspects of this connection, of the Nine of Cups in reverse. There is a feeling of great and tremendous loss, but also an authentic happiness that isn't really expressed between you two. And in your solitude between each other, you feel this connection even more strongly. And that's what you want to justify. Somehow you guys both want to find truth by sincerely talking with each other emotionally, especially by opening up the floodgates and to really express what kind of connection is really here. Is it one of desire? Is it one of love? Is it one of sincerity, or is it one of victory? Is there something that is there victory in you guys being apart, or is there victory in celebrating a very special connection that cannot really sort of be celebrated right now? These are questions that are coming to me. Now, so I'm going to recap. So far, on the conscious level, there is a feeling of happiness as well as union within you that you have. And somehow you've manifested this by trying to design something inside of you that is based on cooperation. But through the tension of this comes the fire, and then spiritual fire envelops you. You are spiritually sound right now, my dear Libra. And perhaps in a connection with someone else, I don't know. On their side, there also is the possibility that they want to offer you this cup of love, another cup to add to your 10, leading up to the 11, which is pretty ridiculous. It could point to 2 people, I'm not sure. This could be a third party for you. However, they want to give to you. They want to give to you, and they want to give romantically to you. They still feel the energy of love with you, and they've been trying to balance out the memories of this situation, how they might have been breadcrumbing you, or how they might have been giving to 2 other parties at one point. Now, there also is a great deal of desire between you two, as well as the Two of Cups energy in the reverse and in the upright. There's a confusion of, or a fusion of desire as well as true love, and they both combine together. And there's something about this that you don't necessarily trust. Therefore, you've been on guard against this person who wants to, with the Seven of Pentacles showing up twice, wants to revisit and to they're focusing on a great loss here, and a loss of stability they may have seen with you, a great possibility for success. And it's funny because you seem to be getting a lot more out of this than they are, and you're able to give off cups even. You have extra cups in order to give off and siphon to your friends or to other lovers, new lovers, trying to find a new beginning, as well as trying to make communication with other people outside of this person. And there also is this need to find out if this situation is really real, if there really is a connection here that is profound as well as sincere, especially in your solace, especially in the time of disconnect. Okay? Now, on your side here, on the soul level, on the very deep spiritual level, this is the unconscious level. On your side, we have La Maçon, And this is the second 10 you have. You have here essentially the mansion. You have a great deal of career as well as success on your mind and your soul's desire. This person also sees you as someone who can offer this like ultimate sort of stability in terms of a family or in terms of a feeling of home or a feeling of belonging. They want to get your apology here, but you're not going to give it to them because I think they owe you a lot more in terms of this Path of Pentacles. They may have at one point been very um, arrogant in a certain way, but not really. They just perceive that way. They were just perceived that way. There's something about what they do that makes them a really good lover in a way, and this really attracts you to them. But there's something about this connection that is giving you a sense of, because they also see in you the Ten of Cups. You are their Ten of Cups in a certain way as well. You are also their Page of Cups. You are like a lover child of theirs, someone who's very pure, someone who's very giving in a certain way, forgiving even to people who don't deserve it, and they may feel like that you should shift your energy towards them. But there's something here about a block, and that Queen of Swords is coming in strong because you don't want it to be just desire. You don't want it to just be lust, which you may be projecting onto them as someone who is just lusty for you, someone who just wants to emotionally manipulate you so that they can get something out of you. Okay? So you have this cutting energy towards them. I would suggest to also find the memory, address it, and figure out if it's really worth pursuing. But still, on a soul level, you are the ten of Pentacles to them, and within yourself, within this connection, you also feel like they're a sort of a divine counterpart for you. Okay, like the ultimate divine counterpart, someone you commit to forever until you die and afterwards. Very intense. Why is La Maçon here? Wow. We have the Five of Cups as well as the Five of Swords. Holy hell. Okay. Now, this is not going to be for every Libra, but this is my interpretation. What I'm seeing here is that there is an incredible addition here to describing the Ten of Pentacles. It's as if you've earned through a terrible amount of poor relationships what a true union really is. And what's led up to this is a sense of regret from past situations of love, at least 5 of them, as well as a sense of severance with this, leading up to regret. So there's a mirror here of the 5 and the 5, master number 55, adding up to the 10, leading up to 1, which is unity. And this has to do with union, yeah? Union through a shared melancholia of regret as well as severance. Abandonment issues are huge here. You guys share the access of that abandonment issue, empath, narcissist dynamic, okay? This person may have narcissistic tendencies. Doesn't mean that they are they actually have the disorder, psychologically speaking. I am not an expert, but there's something about what they have here on the soul level, the 6 of Rods. They are a victor in a certain way, and they usually tend to win over their lovers in a certain way. They like to sparse out and give a dimension of time and space with their lovers to see if the connection is really real. And if they feel something, they will go for it as long as they can. And then they might have a tendency to relapse and then try to find the 7 of Pentacles as an excuse to see, to test the duration of the relationship again. Okay? So this is a very narcissistic way, yes, possibly, of coming off as someone who fights for their domestic liberties, who fights for their ultimate sense of victory here. With the 6 of Rods, there is a type of That's the thing. They like to put themselves into a waiting position to see if the connection is real. And then as they test the stress points, the tension points, then they come back and then they win over their lover again after a great quarrel. But then the funny thing is that with you, they found someone even more different or perhaps more worthy than your common everyday person that they usually meet. Okay, this is the soul connection, obviously. In a way, you see them as a victor, someone who's supposed to win you over. Okay, someone who's supposed to dominate you in a certain way, and you would love them for that. There's something very passive and aggressive here at the same time. Okay, they have the 2 and the 3 of rods here. Missing that one rod. There's like, they have a lot of passion for you. Whoever this is, they find victory in your connection. Okay, that's all I gotta say. And with the 2 of rods and the 3 of rods here, they're willing to make a choice after a great deal of waiting in order to, they're willing to wait lifetimes, really, this person is. So they may have lucked out in finding you in this cycle, but because of what has happened and this split, there is a chance to actually find out that it's more than desire, find out that it's a sincere connection, find out that there's a huge sort of apology that they have to make to you with the what is this? The Page of Pentacles. Prodigalite. There's something monstrous about their energy. There's also something like a virtue in what they do. We have 2 jacks here. The Jack of Cups and the Jack of Pentacles. So these are pages as well. So the Page of Earth comes out again, and the Page of Water. The Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Now, this has to do with a slow and steady offer in love. This person is really, really, really slow at what they do, because when they, on the soul level, when they feel you, they want to give you something, but they're very afraid. They're very, they act almost childish around you, and they can't help it, but they want to give you something. It's like that 6 of Cups energy, but then the cups are replaced with pentacles. Something like that, where it's one child giving to another, but it's supposed to be an adult offer. But yeah, it's as if you guys are playing some massive game, a big game, and you are winning Libra. Somehow you have the 10s on your end. You don't need to give them an apology. They need to give you one on a soul level. The connection is pure, it's sincere, and you guys are terribly missing each other, and you want to change that. But there's something about the apology you're not making towards them that are not willing to give them a cup of love either right now. There's a great protection and a sense of detachment, because you feel like this person just desires you, and you feel like they're a player in a certain way, but their heart is open to you, and they find victory in you, and they're really pissed off at themselves for being quiet for so long, whomever this is. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the Jack of Rods. Okay. This is the one thing missing in this. Okay. This is the one thing missing. This is the one thing missing, and it's the sense of boundaries. Boundaries have not been properly set in the past, and that's why, as they were transgressed, things did not work out. If there are boundaries that are mandated by the energy of the Hierophant or by the energy of higher connections, marriages or legal agreements or anything like that, these boundaries have to be disintegrated or at least respected in order for this connection to work. That is what I have to say. If you guys were friends with benefits at one point and then there was still another third party, that should have been respected, and you guys should have moved a lot slower in order to find some sort of victory in this commitment that this person heavily sees inside of you. Right now, you just don't feel like giving to this person because you feel full. And even just knowing them, knowing their energy, is enough to feel very satisfied with the world in general, which is very beautiful. But at the same time, there's something psychological where you have to let go of past resentment, of anything they've done in the past. Meet them again, if you will, but you will know that there is a connection still between you if you do see them again. Okay? Just know that there is a possibility for that with the world in reverse. The portal is still open. And there is a possibility of you reliving a cycle if you wanted to going back in time and space in order to fix on that energy to see what's there and what's not. It's up to you, my dear Libra. All right, so that was a very long reading and I am completely wiped. I wish you the very best for the rest of March and I'll see you in April. Oh my God, in April. Oh, as you know, I run this channel and I'm very open to working with any of you. That would be great. My email is down there in the About section. But if this is where we part ways, then please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next month. Ciao.